How's it going, Shags? It's Grizzle Marine here and I'm back. And today in this video I'm going to be answering one question. And that question is, could Evolve become competitive? Now this is something that I really want to happen, because if Evolve becomes competitive, it will mean it will be a long-lasting game and won't be something that you buy and then just shove in your back closet after maybe a few months. Now, I know I'm going to have a few people who are like, what the fuck is competitive? Well, in this video I'm obviously going to try and explain what competitive is and what it will mean for Evolve if it does become a competitive game. But then again, there are a lot of things that could make this a problem, because there's things in the way of making Evolve a competitive game. But first of all, what is a competitive game and what's going to make Evolve a competitive game? Well, esports is basically a company that will actually take on games that they think could potentially have competitive use, and then that means that they'll take on people who are professionals at the game or pros, and then they can play against each other for big prizes, and then it can become quite a huge game. So this will mean that you'll have professionals playing the game while people like in the live streams for Evolve are commentating over these professionals playing the game. So that means there'll be people who are absolutely pro at playing the monsters and people who are pro teams at playing as the hunters. Now, one game that's already a competitive game, which could actually easily show people that don't understand competitive games, is CSGO. So if you've ever heard of CSGO or Counter-Strike Global Offensive, it's basically a 5v5 first-person shooter. I'm just going to let you listen to this small clip from CSGO, just so that you get an idea of what a competitive game is like.
Now they've been waiting for a while, might end up being an A push after all, but smoke goes down, that's usually a big indication. Grenade, the money grenade, oh god! Devastating damage, Na'Vi run through the smoke, Flaren with a triple spray down, he kills 3 members and now Guardian finally with the return, but that's probably gonna be too late. The rest of NIP are here, another grenade, Edward gets a headshot, Forrest gonna come in, and Guardian, they're fighting back, what is going on? Nothing but headshots from the Ukrainian and Russian team here. It's gonna be, and Slovakian, it's gonna be Guardian and Edward in a 1-on-2 against Forrest. They turned it around in an impossible situation. Guardian gets the headshot. Lopez, that was a mind-blowing turnaround. What did we just witness?
So as you can clearly see, obviously there's a lot of people that are hyped about the game. They commentate over it and they have a huge crowd actually egging on these big pro players. But one thing about Counter-Strike is it's a huge team game. Now, if you're not playing with friends, you could be playing with anyone over the world. Which basically means you're going to get one arsehole who isn't going to do what your team wants and is going to go off on his own to try and get his own kills and basically going to make your team lose. Now the way Counter-Strike have dealt with this is by making a ranking system. Basically, if your team loses and you start sucking, you're going to go down in the ranks, and if you do well and start winning quite a lot of games, getting quite a lot of kills for your team and you're quite a good player, you're going to go up in the ranks. So that way that players higher up in the ranks are going to be players that are really good and will work well together and will try and win. Whereas if you go down into the silver ranks there, you're going to get people who either have no idea what they're fucking doing, are shit at playing the game, or just not bothered about doing what the team wants. It's also quite funny that some of the people that helped make Counter-Strike are some of the people that also helped make the game Evolve. So they are really keen to try and make it a competitive game. Now I'm going to explain why this could be a problem. Now if you're playing as the monster, it's not so bad because you're a solo player and you're doing your own thing. But if you are playing as a hunter and you're not with a group of friends and you've been in matchmaking with random people, you are likely to get one arsehole who doesn't want to work as a team. Whereas it's really important in Evolve that all the hunters work together, because it only takes the trapper to go off and die and you've got no way of trapping the monster. It only takes the medic to go off and die on his own by one of the wildlife plants and you've got no way of healing the team. So it's quite important that they all work together. And the reason it's a problem is the fact that Evolve have got no rank system or any way of making sure that players that actually want to work together and actually want to win the game or communicate with each other can't get together, whereas it's all random matchmaking. Which means you could get any 9-year-old squeaker who just wants to go out on his own and start firing a load of bullets at a big monster, which obviously, without your team, is not going to help. Meaning that Evolve are going to really need to think of a way that they're going to have it so that players that want to do well will actually get matched with players that want to do well, and those that are perhaps quite inexperienced at the game or don't want to do what the team wants will then get paired with those kinds of people, because obviously then it's unfair on other people. And obviously it will only make the game fun if you've got someone who is really good at playing the monster against a group of hunters who are really good at being hunters, and that's where and how it will become really competitive and quite fun to watch as well as play. But yeah, that is my basic thoughts on it anyway, guys. It's been Grizzle Marine here. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment about what you think about this issue, and also a like, because that really does help me out. And yeah, I'll see you fucking later.